What's going on? It's facts you don't know. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more well informed, make sure to subscribe and activate the notifications bell so you don't miss anything.
Sometimes some sad events happen on the same day when there's a wedding, which turns that celebration into a funeral and spoils the happiness of the couple and the happiness of the guests. So the wedding loses its taste and all the ceremony is canceled. But what happened in this story was contrary to this. Despite this wedding ceremony was punctuated by a suspicious accident when a man and his daughter were heroes. This story, which we'll be showing you in this video, took place in the city of Lubinsk in Krasnodar district in Russia. After the marriage was held between the spouses, as is customary in Russian weddings, the grooms and guests went to a bridge in the city to celebrate there and take some pictures, after which the bride throws a bouquet of roses in the river. Then all the attendants clap and congratulate her and her husband on their lives. Then they leave the place, but a strange situation occurred that surprised all present. When the bride threw a bouquet of roses from the bridge to fall into the river, everyone started tracking that bouquet flying through the sky until she fell in the river. But they saw at the same time a man was drowning in ice water. And they also noticed a girl next to him at the age of 9 years crying and crying for help because she could not help him. It became clear that the father and his daughter fell in the ice together, but the man pulled his daughter out of the water and ordered her to stay away while he stayed in the middle of the river, which made the girl remain in shock and watching her father while he was fighting death. But unfortunately, she had no strength. She only cried and asked for help, but her voice was soft and inaudible. After the girl watched the wedding procession stop at the bridge, she tried to scream so that someone could hear her and save her father, but no one heard it because of the noise that was emitted from the wedding, which made her lose hope at the beginning of the matter. Fortunately for the girl, the bride threw that bouquet away, and when the guests followed her to see the place that it fell, they saw this shocking situation, and they did not make them scream and rush to help that man and his daughter. The man appeared as he was resisting, trying to get out, but his powers were humiliated because of the extreme cold that made him lose a lot of energy, while his daughter was also in a miserable state, trembling with cold and looking at her father while she was in great panic. The guests got over this cheerful festive atmosphere and all rushed down the bridge to help the drowned man, where they brought ropes from their cars and threw them to that man in order for him to hold on to them, and then they dragged him out of the river. Well, they took out his daughter too and gave her clothes to cover, and they moved her and her father to a warm car and reassured about their condition. When the drowned man recovered, the guests asked him why he'd come to this place in the cold weather. Unfortunately, the father said that he and his daughter came to this place for the expanse after his daughter insisted on this, because it's her favorite place for a picnic, and they decided to walk on the river shore. But his daughter decided to stay away from it and enter the frozen river and ski over the ice, thinking that it was solid and would not break, but suddenly he heard it crying. And when he turned to it, he found that it had dug into a hole, and after it was broken by the ice that was standing on it, which made him rush to save her. And when he pulled her up, the ice under his foot was also broken to fall into the river. The man asked his daughter to get away from the place and go to a safe place, but he could not save himself. The guests and the newlyweds celebrated their assistance to this small family. They saved a man from a real tragedy, and at the same time they contributed to the beginning of the happy and long-awaited couple's life. This coincides with the beginning of a married life, while saving a person's life from certain death. After the end of the celebration, the spouses said that they felt very happy because their wedding party contributed to saving the life of that man and his daughter, and they considered that a good gesture of their marital life and considered them the most beautiful gift they received at their wedding. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks. We'll be right back to you as fast as we can.